Hello, and welcome to another episode of Stream for Initiative, where natural 20s are never natural, lavender tea is strongly advised, and viewer discretion is merely suggestion.
Woo!
Yes, we're back. Not a dinosaur story.
If you don't know what lavender tea is, join the Discord.
Yes, join the Discord. So, man, heavy episode last episode. Lots of things were done and said to lots of different people. And then Fish, aka Neelon, had to go all crazy at the end of the episode. Listen, I even Moo, who was barely in our chat, posted a video of her walking her dog, and I could hear Fish's voice in the background. It was a video of what she was watching the episode. I thought it was pretty crazy, like just hearing him and like, oh look, you can like see other people. It's hitting people. Very good, very good.
Is that our first derivative
Which channel
content?
Yeah.
If people would like to see that video, which channel is it in, Zafian?
Oh, it's not.
It's
Sorry.
not ours, right?
It's not.
Oh.
Good try. Good
Wow.
try. Anyways, if you would like to know what happened in the last episode, episode 41, Ace/Deoda will be recapping for us. So go ahead whenever you're ready.
I wanted a free video of doggos, but I guess not. Anywho, the baby albino dinosaur takes most of albino. Sorry, dinosaur takes most of the group by surprise, but Neelon is still focused on trying to get to Opalhost. That's what Lily calls it, right? Yeah. Using the river, Neelon leads the group south, back towards the ruins of Worcestershire. Using the forests lining the river for protection in case any more of the lizards pop out, I stay behind a bit, staring mournfully at the dinosaur as it heads off, but I do eventually catch up to the group. As the group heads to the south, they encounter more personal problems than lizards. I, having had some of Irvin's tea at the previous... Oh, yeah, from Gomo. My throat starts getting gross, and it's hard to breathe. Hives. And the tea and requires Groger's healing and a careful watch afterwards. I thought it was Neelon's. Really? I think they both helped.
I think.
Yeah. Afterwards to reduce the allergic reaction, which is really stupid. Stupid upper world problems. Which also includes an explanation from Neelon, because I don't understand what allergic reaction is. We don't have that where I come from. That doesn't happen. Momo used Dimension Door to cross the river, ends up making him throw up a good portion of the cooked pork they had that morning, leaving him hungry and a bit wary from sickness. Well, initially, minor annoyances. This turns to grumbling the further it goes on. Except Groger. He's so happy lately. I think he's actually the happiest of us. Gomo is hungry and begins to complain about needing food. Rodon searches for a stick, with half a mind to go spearfishing, but this gets cut off when Liliola sees a lizard man on the other side of the river watching them and shouts out to it. Neelon gets irritated at her, revealing their position. Rodon gets irritated at being driven away from the river, so no spearfishing. Liliola gets irritated because she wasn't hiding it and still got scolded. And Gombo, fueled by hunger, is non-pleased?
Nonplussed.
Nonplussed. I'll ask what that means later. At the general irritation of the group and by understanding Neelon's elvish complaints. The group heads towards Nealon's direction, heading deeper into the forest as they try to skirt around the town of Worcester. As night falls and the forest gets darker, the group is hampered?
Hampered.
Hampered, both by some being barely able to see in the dark and only I having any success at moving through the tangled undergrowth. Which still surprises me. I thought Gomo would be able to move as quickly as me. He's smaller than me. Eventually, the group finds a fairly hidden spot to have a camp, only for them to discover Gomo's missing. I, Liliola, and Groger head off as a search party while Nealon and Rhoda stay to make camp. The group is gone for some hours before Gomo's return. Nealon and Rhoda have made camp, and Gomo has information. Having got lost due to being distracted, Gomo met with some of the lizards. They shoved a sort of parasite into his ear that allowed him to understand and talk with them, and they gave him a map to their own settlement, saying they might be able to have some information for them. On hearing this, Nealon blows his top. Ranting on how he's trying to help. When did he lose his top?
It's a synonym for got very, very angry.
Oh, you'd think we'd remember him. Okay, that makes sense.
What's a
Ranting of how
synonym?
he's trying. Wait,
We'll get a cinnamon roll for you at Opalhaus. Go on, Nyota.
Awesome.
what I said? That sounds. Ranty, he's trying to help the group stay together to keep them from getting themselves killed, but essentially feeling like he's hurting cats. It's a cat.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. With them all going in different directions, not listening, not doing anything. If Nealon is the leader of the
Situation.
situation,
There you go.
like the others claim, then he feels disrespected if they're not actually going to treat him like the leader and listen to him. In the end, needing to blow off some more steam. Nealon storms in a short ways off and starts whacking at a tree. Things settle to an uneasy calm. I, exhausted after staying up all night, quickly drops, dozes off. Rodon eats rations while Gomo contemplates what to eat to fill the hunger of vomiting up the previous meal and having nothing else but dried rations around. Liliola tries to tell Groger about Mav's book, but Groger can't quite comprehend the situation around Mav's book and ability to communicate with the group. In another attempt to do magic using the book, Liliola tries wishing for Gomo to have something to eat, causing a pile of berries to appear next to him, flabbergasting him and Rodon. Gomo also talks with Nealon for a bit once he's eaten a few of the good berries. Nealon reveals the
Consumptive.
that disease that killed his mother and drove him to rage. The nightmare the group fought in Aldra was a symptom of something much bigger, a voice that's been trying to push him to rage. And while he's trying to keep it under control, he worries he's slowly fighting a losing battle, and the antics of trying to keep the group under control might just be another step down a road he doesn't want to go on. But whatever this entity it is, might just force him to. I did my best.
You did good.
Working on
Well, thank you, Nyota and Groger.
You're welcome, disembodied voice. Is that the word?
Sure.
Yes.
Close enough.
I am the all-knowing, the all-seeing. Anyways, yes, so that's where we left off. No cinnamon rolls for you. So,
What?
as maybe for you, we'll see. None for Neota.
Oh, okay.
Making fun of the disembodied head. As Neota sleeps, and Nilon and Gomo are talking very seriously about situations. It is very dark. Do not forget, extremely dark. Except for what light you guys have provided. So essentially, Gomo, I do believe you're basically just sitting there in the dark, listening to Nilon talk.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
Gee.
As you guys sit there in quiet contemplation for a minute, Gomo, you realize that something by your foot is giving off light, and then it starts to move, and then you realize as you look around, you start seeing lots of things that are giving off very, 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 very tiny amounts of light. And you realize as you look closer, they're ants. And then as you realize now that you're looking at them, you can see lots of them, but they're very tiny ants, but they're just giving off their bioluminescence is just enough where you can, if you're focusing, you can start seeing them. They're not giving off enough that it's like lighting up the place, but yeah, it's kind of interesting that you see wildlife this small give off bioluminescence.
Am I the only one that noticed this?
No, but as you're one of the people that doesn't have dark vision.
Okay. It's more
And,
apparent to
yes,
me,
it's more
I
apparent.
guess.
Yeah.
Okay. They're like tiny little glowing specks, faint,
Yep.
moving.
And as you're thinking about the things that were just said to you, it just happens to be something that you notice. Kind of takes your mind off of the seriousness for a second.
I kind of like crouch down and like are they so small that you can't see them with your eyes, or like how small are we
No, you
talking?
can see them, but they're like sugar ants.
Okay. They're tiny like
Yeah, they're really small.
specks. Okay.
Yeah.
But I could, like, if I put my finger in front of them, maybe one might crawl onto it.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of like pick one up on my finger, let it crawl around. And I'm like, I got my right hand and my mage hand kind of like juggling it, kind of like keep making path for it as it walks forward. So what do you want to do? I mean, it sounds like, obviously you've thought about this, struggled with it, you've carried it all this time. It doesn't sound like you have a clear, well, course of action. You just have worries and concerns.
I don't know. First instinct is to say, whatever this voice is, I want to kill it.
Hmm. Have you found out where the voice... Have you found out the source?
Nope. No, I haven't. But it's visited a few times. Twice in dreams and twice awake.
And what do you do when it does come visit?
The first time it was just a dream. I just thought it was a nightmare. Just going back to when my parents died. And then showing Irvin in trouble. And then showing Vivi in trouble. And then there was just a cloud of ash. And then I woke up. Didn't really think much of it until I woke up laying in ashes. Not too long after that, we got to Arden Run and everything happened with Vivi. And then it spoke. I had another dream not too far after that. It was almost blink and you'll miss it. Just fell asleep, something happened, I woke up, I barely remember it. And then I took care of one of those dinosaur lizard people. The one that you were trying to capture when we found that first giant one.
Ah,
And it said, that's good. Keep it up. No, wait. No. I don't know if it's connected, but it's... Maybe? I don't know. Do you remember in Opalhaus where we found that passage? The one in the tree trunk?
the tree stump? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How something got into my head.
Mm. Yeah,
I
that
don't
makes
know if
sense.
it's connected, but there's
Possible.
something.
So, when you have these visions, or when you hear these voices, I mean, it's like you can hear them in your head.
Yeah, it's almost like a whisper in my ear.
But when that happens, how do you react? Do you try to shut it out? Do you talk back to it in your mind out loud? What is your response?
It's not good. I don't say anything, or I haven't said anything other than that stump incident. But
Okay.
with the dinosaur thing, I put my blade into its head. This thing said, "That's good. Keep it up." First thing I thought was show yourself. Calling it out for cowardice.
And does it respond? React?
No. There may have been a hint of a laugh, but by that point it was already gone.
Hmm.
And that's why I'm afraid I'm feeding it.
It makes me wonder, because you just said it. You're afraid. You're not angry. You're afraid. And at least in my experience, we're afraid of things that we don't know. And I feel like you want to find out its origin and rid of it, but I don't know, to me it sounds like you know very little about it. Why it's doing the things it's doing, what it even wants. Is there any chance of negotiating with it? Perhaps give it something it wants in return for, well, for peace or something. I mean, there's so little, it sounds like there's so little you know about it. And so, maybe, I mean, it might go against your gut instinct, but maybe next time, try and connect with it. Well, quite frankly, that's not what I would do. It's what my teacher would have told me to do if I was in your situation. So.
Yeah. Everything in me is screaming no.
Understandable. But, think about it. I mean, you obviously see it as some type of enemy, something hostile, something antagonistic. Well, how do you defeat an enemy? You need to study them, and learn their weaknesses, find out what their motivation is, plans. Because right now you're like me, like you're in complete darkness. You're fighting an enemy you can't see. You don't even know how big, where it is, what it wants, where it will strike from. You need to pause and maybe observe, and you might start seeing things. Your eyes will adjust. And he's gonna let the ant kind of crawl back onto the ground. Because if you look closely, there are things you will notice, but only if you stop and look. You keep looking away from it, or you react in aggressive ways. You might not. There are things you miss. Right. Anyways, just food for thought. Well, this is a lot of heavy talk. I mean, really, I just came over initially to just say I'm sorry. I'll try and keep a better eye out and stay with the group.
You said they put a worm in your ear?
He's like, Goma's like twitching a little bit, like rubbing his ear. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel it or anything. I think it was a worm. It was, I don't know, it was kind of like slimy and weird. It didn't, I don't know, it doesn't hurt. I mean, my best guess is it somehow let me communicate with them. I could understand what they were saying. I mean, they were kind of like choppy and, just words put together. But, weren't just, snarls and hisses. Or it could have been a well-timed spell. There are spells that let you do that. Just maybe the slime was something else. I don't know. Maybe, oh no, what if it's a tracking device? Or what if it's laying eggs in my head?
At least you'll have plenty of food.
Ah, sorry.
Stinky eyes.
Well, I guess we'll get that all
Yeah, this...
them and this figured out soon enough.
Uh-huh. Now he's like kind of scratching his ear a little more aggressively.
First things first. Get to Opalhost. We'll check in. Do some jobs, get some money, hopefully.
Yep, and I'm gonna get my ear looked at as soon as we get to Opalhost.
And I am going to get 3 things done while we're in Opalhost. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna fuck. I'm gonna have a good night's sleep. Once I've got that, then we'll figure it all out. I need a distraction right now. He's just gonna lay back down, or lay back on the tree trunk again. Close his eyes.
How far were you from the rest of the group? I know you walked away to chop a tree or to whack a tree.
I went about 30 or 40 feet out,
Okay.
whacked the tree, and stayed there.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a chopped up and partially splintered tree right in front of me.
Gomu can't see. Are you laying down?
I'm leaning.
Okay, right.
Oh
I'm,
yeah, that's right. You can't see.
Yeah,
I'm sitting and leaning back into the tree.
You gonna sleep out here?
I'm gonna try and collect my thoughts.
All right, we're within earshot, so holla if you need anything. And Gomu's gonna try and feel his way back. He's like turning around, try to do a 180. He's like reaching for trees and references. Like the faint ant glow is giving him a little bit of like sense of reference as it's moving.
That's a tree root. Lift your foot.
Oh, okay, thanks. Up. Oh, it must be so nice being able to see and all. Oh,
Did they? I can't remember. Did they make a fire? Did we ever make a fire?
We did not.
Rodon
He
insisted on
told us
one.
not to.
I gave the
I don't
okay
know.
for Rodon to
Yeah,
make one, but I don't know
that's
if he
right.
made one yet.
He did.
Okay, so you'll have that to get back.
okay.
That's right, because I remember I said you couldn't actually see the fire, but you could see the faint glow from the fire, so you would know which
okay,
way to go. That's right.
Okay, so it's a buried fire like the one Nyota made, kind of.
That was the idea, that it
Okay.
was something that was
I
a little
don't
more
think
hidden.
she stayed up long enough to teach anybody how to do that, though.
So
Nope.
maybe Rodon replicated to the best of his ability.
He dug a pit.
Okay.
Dug a pit.
Okay, so there's a
So
glow.
no, not at
He
all.
dug a pit to put the fire in it, but he was just
Yeah.
like, after that point, he basically went, fuck it.
If
Okay,
it
Yeah,
works,
so-
it works.
Okay. So, thick woods, 30 feet. Probably surprisingly obscured, but can see the faint glow from beyond. Okay, Goma's gonna use that as a reference to navigate back. Stumble a couple of times over tree stumps, maybe.
Use the
Roots.
sense you know best, your smell.
That
doesn't
gives
help
me
you.
direction.
Yeah.
General direction.
Yeah, it does.
No, he's saying it does give
It
direction,
doesn't
but I was
let
gonna
me.
say
It doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't let him suddenly smell an overgrown root that's about
yeah,
to trip
exactly. I
him
was
over.
gonna say
Right.
trip and fall, or a hole in the ground,
Or a Nyota.
Yeah,
or a
I mean,
Toyota
he's
that
not.
you're gonna. Yeah.
He's not suddenly a blind red spandex wearing, crime fighter in an unnamed
hilarious.
city.
That's a whole different universe, there, buddy.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just describing a generic crime fighter who may or may
Oh,
not be
my
blind.
bad. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we'll go ahead and make this your the first roll of the night, since we've already been going for a little bit. Let's make you roll an athletics check.
Oh, you're gonna make me roll for it. Oh,
Might as well.
dang it! I try to avoid it. I snuck in some description about him falling over almost. Well, apparently wasn't enough to dodge the DM's scrutinizing.
Never.
Not bad. 17 plus. You said acrobatics?
Athletics.
Full athletics. 1.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you make it without any damage. And even the one almost like where you kind of tripped yourself a little bit, you're like, no one saw it. It's okay.
Yeah. Caught myself. Can't take emotional damage, but that I inflict on myself.
Yep. Self-inflicted emotional damage. All right. So Nyota was sleeping. Rodon, Lily, and Groger were doing what?
Lily kind of walked away a little bit and was by herself, just going through the book.
Croker's just sitting near the fire, blanking out.
Rodon has probably fallen asleep against a tree trunk or something.
All right. Well, is there anything else the rest of you that are awake want to do before we try to... Everybody eventually goes to sleep and we can move on with the story?
No.
Mm-mm.
After like an hour of trying to clear his head and quiet his internal voice, Neilon's just gonna come back mostly into the group, about 10 feet away from whoever the closest person is, and knock out.
Okay. So, eventually, the group back together, for the most part, close together, finds its slumber. And, yeah, you guys can get your long rest. Yoda finally gets her sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant like you can mark off long rest, so you shouldn't be exhausted anymore. All right.
Long rest.
So,
Anybody wakes up before me, like Lily's like lying down, face planted with her face in the book.
fell asleep. Yeah, fell asleep trying to read the book.
Yeah.
Math keeps getting notification. He opens, it's just drool marks.
I feel like Groker would be awake. He doesn't sleep in. Can he? Is she just like on like near a tree on the ground, or like where is she located?
She's on the ground, not too far away from everybody else, and she's just like literally lying face down with her face in the book.
I feel like he's gonna wake up and see her and just like kind of try to gently like pull the book from under her, like kind of so he could just like close it and like set it next to her and let her sleep more comfortably.
I could just
All right.
imagine Mav in like a pristine room doing research, like is looking at something, reaches over, touches the book, and goes, "Why is that wet?"
Why is it wet?
Right? Like shakes his head. It's like, ooh.
Like,
Oh, and I left it on the mahogany table again.
Oh, the stains.
I should know not to do that with her in possession of it. Ugh.
oh my god.
Okay. Well,
Worst pact
But-
ever.
After that, I guess.
as I was just gonna say, while you're the first awake, it is still. It's fairly dark, still, regardless of any light that would come through the trees. It's still pretty dark in here because it is a very thick forest. So keep in mind that it is dark and very hard to maneuver.
Even with dark vision.
Just like my future.
I mean, even without dark vision, you'd be able to see. I'm just saying, like, it still feels like, how like dusk or dawn, it gets like that dark. That's what it feels like. So even if it's the middle of the day, it's about the same amount of lighting as like, dawn time, sunrise.
Well, after adjusting Lily, or, book, he's just gonna go, where is the group? Like, not too far. Just go, like, sit, maybe like 20 feet or so away. Kind of just sit against a tree and try to meditate as he waits for the others to wake up. Or whoever else is awake, I don't know.
Okay. Well, like, give me 1 second, guys. I have to look at something up real fast. Kroger, will you just roll a d20 for me? No modifiers, just roll a d20.
Why?
It's the first body we find in the forest.
Don't worry about it.
Just let that be me.
No, wait. Let me get my big dice. Let me get the big dice for this.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. We had so much fun playing
It's only the
D&D
whole
with you.
party's safety that depends on this. Uh-oh.
All right. Good vibes. Good vibes.
You know what I don't like is I accidentally rolled for
16.
initiative.
16? Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Plus nothing? Oh, just a general d20. Okay.
Yep, I just want to roll d20. Thank you, Groger. I appreciate it. Notes will be made.
You're welcome.
And that, kids, is what anxiety sounds like.
I think this is a classic example of sadism.
Okay. So, you're awake, meditating.
Yeah.
All right. Eventually, one by one, the rest of you wake up. Yeah. So what's the plan for the day? It's hard to tell how early or late it is. Again, like I said, you can't really see where the sun is at or anything. So.
I feel like Naoto would wake up pretty early. Just
Naoto, when you wake up,
Mm-hmm.
you are covered in glowing ants.
Am I being carried away? Like
Nope. You
like
just wake up and
Lineage from-
realize you like when you look at yourself, you feel like you wake up and you immediately feel something crawling on you, and you look at you look at your arm and you just have tons of ants all over you.
She actually wouldn't freak out. She'd take a minute and she'd just kind of watch them.
Well, that just made my anxiety flare up. Thank you.
She'd actually smile a bit. Does she see the others though?
Yeah, they're around you. If you woke up before everybody else, yeah, they're sleeping around you.
Okay.
You just happen to be covered in ants for some reason.
She'd see the others and her smile would fade slightly. Because it's the glowy ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping it was just a dream. No such luck. She'd sit up and very gently shake them off, not to hurt them. Do I recognize them?
The ants? No, you do not.
Okay. So it's not something from home.
No.
The glow is
Give me a
still familiar,
favor.
though.
Sorry, real fast. Lily, will you go ahead and can you do that? Do I have to do that?
What?
I was gonna say if you can add the Book of Lost Knowledge to your inventory.
Oh, I don't know. Can I do that?
I don't know. Can you do that?
Let me see. Book of Lost Knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a
And
tick.
then Tomo, you can take yours off. All right. Sorry. I just want to make sure that got done. I completely forgot about that.
No, you're
that
good.
it was actually part of Gummi's inventory. So
Right, it's been part of his the whole time, even though she's had it.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So,
you said you
gentle-
you start brushing off the ants.
gentle shake to get them off, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you realize as you're shaking them off and you start moving, like getting up, they started building a nest, like a mound, kind of like around the side of your body.
Huh. Was it like hurting, or was it just?
No.
I'm actually just gonna I'm just gonna sit back down in it and just kind of watch them.
Okay.
Try to figure out what they're doing.
Make an animal handling for me. And is anybody else going to be waking up?
Rodon probably would shortly.
We'll say,
It is
go ahead.
12 plus 8.
All right. You watch the ants and you realize they're acting like any ants that you might have known in your life. They just found a spot that they thought was suitable for a nest, and you just happened to be there.
Yeah, around
So-
around big rocks, you know.
Yep. And then so as you got up and you're watching them, because you disturbed their nest, they're all going all crazy around
Aw.
the nest. That's nothing fancy, just being ants.
But they're not trying to hurt.
No.
Finally, the ranger did something rangery. Animal.
That explanation.
Yeah, all I did was be a sleeping rock. Very rangy.
That explanation, otherwise known as the DM's not a myrmecologist.
Right. Ants being anti.
Yep. Ants doing ant things.
It was so cute. Yeah, I think she just watched them. Just kind of relax a little bit.
Okay. So, eventually the rest of you do wake up. Como, when you wake up, you are extremely hungry. Immediately it hits you, like as soon as you wake up.
Oh. Ow. Ow. He's like rummaging
You
through his
need
backpack.
rations? Do you need rations?
Oh, boy, do I. Do you have some? Oh, wait, no, hold on. I think he's gonna pull out the pouch where he put the rest of the berries in last night. He's gonna check inside. Are the berries still there?
Yes.
Okay. He's gonna like take one out and pop one in his mouth. It's just like he's not even chewing, just like swallowing it whole.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
And you start feeling better almost immediately. Not full,
Whew.
but better.
Okay. That was
Well,
wow. That was so abrupt.
good to know these guys didn't eat them.
Huh? What eat what?
She'd look at the ants around her.
I don't know what you're pointing at. You're pointing at dirt.
Oh. The ants. Like, she's still sitting there.
Goma's looking like a lot more confused, like eyes wide open, just going,
Yes, but at least now you see them because there are a lot of them. So it's not like they're spread out.
Glorious.
You're seeing like one or one. There's a lot of them around her.
Oh, well, he thought it was just like part of the dirt, like it was all, some weird colored dirt. And then he realizes it's all ants. Like, okay, just taking a couple steps back. Like, you're gonna keep sitting there.
I mean, they're not doing anything.
Okay. And you notice, like, in his left hand, he already had the like a little ball of flame. You sure?
She'd get up and gently dust herself off again.
Alrighty. He just makes a fist and just fizzes away.
I'm surprised they didn't eat any of the food, though.
Oh, these. These are called
Yeah.
good berries. They're really handy when you're traveling. I really should have learned these instead.
That learned them?
Yeah. Magic spells. You can study them. Try to learn them. If you try to figure out how they work and replicate.
What does a berry have to do with a spell?
Well, these berries, I'm assuming they're good berries. I mean, it has the same effect.
I don't
It-
know that.
So these are magical berries. Well, I'm telling you just in case if you ever feel hungry and you reach for these, don't eat many at a time. Just one is enough. It will make you feel, it'll give you enough energy to go a whole day with just one berry.
Wait, are you saying that you can make... There's a spell that just makes food?
Food is a strong word. It creates, I guess, their food. It's edible. I suppose it is a substitute. So yeah, food. Sure. Yeah, there are spells that make food.
I'll have to learn that. That would be useful back home. Speaking of which, I didn't realize you guys had bioluminescent creatures up here.
Hey, that's a big word. You remembered that one, huh?
Of course. It's familiar.
Actually, Nuda, if
Hmm?
you'll think back, you were in a town that was covered in mushrooms that were bioluminescent at night.
Yeah, but she means like living creatures. Like, not
Mushrooms
living
are
creatures
living.
outside.
But I think she
Living
means
creatures
animals.
outside of plants. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
I know they're
mushrooms are
plants, but she
fungus.
means... I know. She knows plants are alive, but there's a
A
big
wandering
difference between
thing.
animals. Yes, thank you. A sentient traveling thing is what she means.
So, Neelon,
Yeah.
you, as you're the last one to wake up, and your subconscious is hearing all this ant talk, you're having a terrible nightmare about ants.
You mean like the one that almost ate us?
Them.
What?
He's just
What
kind of
happened?
like slapping himself. Just don't do that.
Huh?
I don't like ants. I had a nightmare. I was covered in ants. Oh, I don't like ants. What time is it?
Who the hell knows with this cover?
Can I try to figure out the time, DM?
Of course. Like I'm ever going to tell you no at something. Jeez. I would just make it extremely difficult for you to do so.
Angel, what were you saying?
course.
Hmm?
It sounded like you were saying something.
Oh, I was just gonna make a snide comment, but it's fine.
Yeah, it sounded
I'm
like she was
for it.
saying, wow. Make a nature check for me.
Awesome. That is a 19 plus 1.
20. Awesome. It is daytime.
No, Naoda would actually decide to be a little bit sassy. She's like, oh, I know what time it is. It's the time when the sun is up.
It's past breakfast.
Rodon is currently giving Naoda a stink eye.
What?
All right. Well, doesn't seem like there's any use trying to hide. So let's just eat and start following the river again.
So go straight through Warsaw.
around Warser, and then start following the river again.
So we're just gonna keep traveling on this side of the river? You see Goma like walking back from behind the trees. But you didn't even notice he was gone. But when Nilan was screaming, he just.
We're getting way too stealthy. I don't like it. Stop that.
What do you mean?
You're usually so easy to find.
Should I feel offended by that? Should I feel offended? He's like looking at like Rodon. He's like, should I feel offended by this? I'm like,
I mean, maybe, but
You don't exactly have the best natural camouflage. She'd fluff his hair.
hello, and he's like flapping his cape, and it's like changing colors constantly, like, and
Yeah,
it's
and
like shifting through different patterns, and it's still matching like all the surrounding colors.
Yeah, and then she'd fluff his pink hair.
I mean, he's a halfling. You'd be surprised.
I can't pull it over my head. Jeez.
Anyways, to answer the question, yeah, we're gonna keep heading south. We just need to go back this way, pointing towards the glow of the daylight, towards the edge of the forest, and then go left. We'll keep the river to our right-hand side. We know we're going south.
Are we trying to stay hidden the whole way, or
Not.
is speed more important?
There's no point in trying to stay hidden anymore, except for around Warser. We still don't know what's going on there.
Rodon is currently thinking, and he's like, if the river's on a... Wait a minute, hold on. I've actually lost track of where we were. Were we actually on the opposite side of Warser?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Refer
don't
to
need
the
to
stream.
skirt.
So we started heading north from Warser. The stream goes north and south, and we kept it on our right. We crossed the river, and we're heading south, which means it's still on our right-hand side.
Yep, correct.
I may be
Okay.
dumb, but I'm not stupid.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out geography, because apparently, according to the Eogrin map, if we were trying to go around Warser, that would mean the river is on our left.
We're not on that side where Warsa's at.
Opposite side.
Well, okay, so
Then there's no need to skirt technically around
not
Warser. is there?
around. It's just like when we're near Warser, when Warser's on the
Keep
other
a
side of
fair
the river,
distance.
we wanna recede back into the woods and kind of like hide. away
Okay,
from
there
it
we
kinda
go.
deal.
Okay, that is
Okay.
me. So yeah,
Boom. All right.
I'm cleared up now. Thank you.
That.
So we aren't even gonna try to see what they might want or what's going on.
It's risky and
I'm not making an argue for it either way. I'm just trying to figure out where to follow.
Where is the camp? If that's what you're talking about.
Hmm.
So DM, based on so Goma's gonna review his notes, like the map that he copied,
Mm-hmm.
and try to like compare and like how far roughly does it seem to be from
If you remember
Warser?
from last episode, last session, I'd said that it's really close to where you guys initially found the egg.
So
Across
it's
the
like
river on the other side of Warser. North.
so it's
Yes.
west. It's in the west woods from
Or northwest.
Warser, like a couple miles
Yes.
in or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit of a detour. Yeah.
Are you sure there's still not one of them following us? Maybe we could just tell them to come join us and we could just talk on the way.
Great question. Is there anybody following us? Goma's just gonna like address the whole party, looking around, but
Oh, I was
keeps
like, are you asking me?
keeps looking over to Nyota.
Hmm?
Are we being followed?
Me?
Hello?
Um.
Ah.
Oh! Oh! Right! Dark vision!
Well, dark vision aside, I mean, like, you seem to know how to like hunt and stuff. Don't you learn how to, like?
Yeah! No, sorry. Sorry. Distracted. She's gonna look. She's gonna like actually do like a perimeter check.
Okay.
Like leave the group and
All right.
quote
So
unquote
go ahead and
hunt around.
yes. If you want to make investigation check.
Sure. Investigation.
Either investigation or survival. I will let you choose.
I'm gonna do survival.
Okay.
15 plus 8.
So 23. As you do your perimeter check, you don't notice anything watching, observing, don't see anything like that. You do find tracks of multiple different types.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them of things you're worried about. Some of them of different types of animals and creatures and things that probably passed pretty close to you guys as you were sleeping.
Okay.
But you don't see anything at the moment.
Okay. When you say things we were worried about,
Things that you were like the dinosaur, like because you guys had
Okay.
previously see the footprints, so you knew what you were looking for.
oh, okay.
So.
Right. Okay. Well, she would come back and, I found their tracks. It's, DM, did they look fresh? Did they look old?
Within the last 24 hours.
Yeah. They're fairly fresh, so it wouldn't be hard to follow them. But there's nothing currently within the vicinity. But that means they were here recently. And I can only imagine that was for us.
So, does that mean we're just going to go then? Since they're not really nearby?
What does everyone else want to do?
That is a good question. So it's either travel to Opal House or go backtrack and go to the Blue Man's camp.
Concert.
Yes.
I want to listen to my team and figure out the best strategy of what will bring us the best outcome.
You see Gomo sitting on top of his now not as like puffy and tall backpack. He's cross-legged doing a meditative pose. The same one he was doing with Groger. It's like,
As you guys are sitting here debating on what to do next, the ground beneath your feet rumbles violently for a good solid 10 seconds.
Gomo, please tell me
Yeah,
that was
it
your
looks panicked.
stomach.
Gomo opens
And everything
just
starts
one
shaking around you. The ant pile starts just slowly vibrating and dissolving away. Things are falling from the trees. And then it stops.
What was that?
Oh, I could
Who
feel it.
was
I could
the-
feel the force really. No.
Who was the closest person towards Nyota?
If you're still at the ant pile, it might be Rodon.
Okay, she just immediately grabbed onto you, like dear life, and just started
Rodon is
mumbling.
currently unfazed.
She's just mumbling.
What, you've never experienced an earthquake before?
Not again. Not again.
Leona, how badly is affecting you?
It's not great. Like her face is buried in your leg.
He's underplaying it. Just letting you
She
know.
is shaking. Like the leaves.
Just imagining like one of Rodon's legs is basically like turning into jello from how much you are shaking.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
all four limbs just yeet around.
Crunch.
I mean, it's
Just breaks your
probably
leg
not.
with the force.
I mean, it's probably not a good idea to stay under here if there's prone to earthquakes, but
I used to be an adventurer like you. DM, how long was the tremor?
About 10 seconds.
Okay.
It's 10 seconds too fucking long.
Is that normal around here?
Could Gomo have tried to count how long?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a bit of a reaction kind of thing, but I don't know.
Roll, make a survival check for me, just to see if you would have thought to do this while in the situation, in a dire situation.
Survival, 9 plus 4, 13.
Yeah. Okay. You got plus or minus 10 seconds. You know,
Okay.
it wasn't like it started shaking. You're like, oh, instantly start counting. So
Yeah,
you know, you had
He
in
started
your head,
late.
you kind of thought about
He started
it. Yeah,
late, so it's like in the ballpark of 10 seconds, but
exactly.
okay,
Mhm.
got it.
DM, would we know if this is like a normal thing that happens around here?
You can make a
to me.
history check.
Okay.
DMing 101. When a player asks a question, you make them roll.
11 plus 1, 12.
I love my
Um,
intelligence. I rolled a 6. Just to see if maybe there'd be some offhand knowledge.
Yeah. So, Lily, from what you had gathered from kind of the area that excuse me, that you grew up in,
Mhm.
not a lot of earthquakes.
Dan,
Yes.
house? Was it like a strong earthquake? Was it like? I only ask because Groker was in a pretty deep meditative state, and I'm just debating on whether or not it would actually bring him out of it.
It was pretty strong.
Okay. This man can't meditate to save his life. He was doing so well, and then just things just start trembling, and it kind of snaps him out, and he bonks his head on the tree, and he's like,
You okay, Groger?
I will be fine.
God, I love my little rolls, especially when it helps me. All right. Lily, as you ask,
Uh-huh.
are you okay?
Uh-huh.
I would like you to roll a perception check for me.
Uh-oh. Okay. I'll use the black dice for that one. And I got 13. Black 13. Plus perception, right? Plus 10.
Okay.
23.
As you ask Groger if he is okay, just for a split second, you swear the thing around his neck was a different color.
Oh.
Is it back to normal now?
Yeah.
Okay, go, Mo. No, I don't think that earthquakes are common around here. Maybe we should get moving.
Sorry, I heard something.
I keep fucking unmuting to say shit, but then that happens.
It was birds cawing off in the distance. That's all I
Yeah,
heard.
that's all it is.
It's the crows.
Caw.
The rainbow
Got
crows.
shaken up.
It's
They
just
were-
growing. The
got
growth is
shaken up.
suffering.
It's the crows.
Please continue. It's fine.
The crows. Like Gomo's like back in his meditative pose and whatever. Surprise! He's doing pretty good. And he's keeping his composure and everything, not too reactive. Well, I haven't the faintest clue if that's natural or not.
Yes.
I don't
Leona's
think
trying
it
to
is.
calm down.
Well, in that case, we should get going, right? She's gonna get up and walk over to Groger. Is your head okay?
It is. It will be fine. Thank you.
Okay. So she's gonna get a little close to him and whisper. She's like, when we start walking, stay behind with me with the rest of the group. I need to talk to you.
He looks a little concerned, but he just nods his head like, all right.
Gomo.
Mm-hmm.
Did they give you a time frame? Or was it just
Nope.
at your earliest convenience?
Didn't even say that. All right. Too many unknowns. No point pondering over this anymore. Well, either way, we have to head down south first, right?
Yeah.
When we get near Warser, we're gonna have to keep ourselves hidden, like you said, pointing to Nilan with his mage hand. And we're gonna have to stay hidden. We're gonna have to watch out for what's over in Warser. We're gonna take a look at what is over there. Based on the situation, we can make an informed decision then. But I think at the moment, I vote we head down to Opalhorst.
Agreed.
I have no objections.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Hmm.
Not of
You guys can-
agreement.
Oh.
If you need to say something, speak up.
Hmm. Neelon, you have a spell that tells you when there's certain things around, right?
Right.
What does that entail?
Celestials, fiend, undead. It's just
Oh,
something that I can do a few times a day.
okay. Okay.
Had I thought about it, I could have prepared something else.
Um. No, I don't. I don't think it's that. Yeah, we should get going.
Hey, random out of character question because I'm just curious. That spell that Neelon has, since it detects fiends, like does it show up like with tieflings and stuff like that? Because they have fiend blood in them technically.
No.
Okay, I was just curious about that. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no, tieflings are considered humanoids.
All right,
So
cool.
this is purely like devilish.
All right,
Like
cool,
from
cool.
the hells.
I'm still learning things, guys, so I had to ask.
Yeah, good question.
Absolutely, good question.
Actually, just to be on the safe side, because we're near Warser and I'm afraid something may have crossed the river, I'm gonna pop Divine Sense just to make sure.
Okay. You sense nothing.
So you guys see Neelan's eyes flash white real quick, and just nothing like that's around though. So we're
Right.
okay.
No, I guess what I was thinking of doesn't fall in it. So, south?
Yep.
South.
Everyone fed
She'd
and ready
le-
to go?
Yeah. She's already let go of Rodon. She'd pat his leg and start heading where
Oh
she
shit, I
thinks
forgot I
south
don't have any
is.
rations.
Oh, you want some good berries?
Sure, I'll take one. Where'd you get them from?
Uh, last night they showed up.
Oh, sounds like a miracle.
A small miracle indeed, yes.
I'm gonna eat one.
Okay.
Iota, this way.
Anybody
You
else?
instantly
Right,
feel
south.
full.
Ugh. Okay, I think I ate a little too much. You guys can go ahead. I'll follow.
I ate too much, one berry. Welcome to Goodberry, home of the Goodberry.
Yeah.
Order.
Oh my
So
god.
Neelon's just gonna start once everyone's ready. Start heading towards where the light is at the edge of the forest,
Mhm.
and then hook a left and start heading south.
DM, how's it turn?
Um. So, right off the bat, when you get to the edge of the stream or the water, Neelon, make a history check for me.
I'm not good at those.
Yeah, you were leading the party yesterday. Or
That's
yeah,
a natural one.
Okay, so
Oh.
it's actually okay. As you get to the river's edge, there is room for you to traverse. Okay, between the trees and the water. So, and as you travel south for a little while, it spreads out even more. You have plenty of room. And you start getting to the point where the tree line starts veering off from the stream, and it opens up. So you start getting into a little bit of an open field. After a couple hours walk. And that is when you guys will be getting closer to Worser. So that's when you guys will have to make your decision on what you want to do.
And coincidentally agree. Point to take a quick break.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Neat.
Fuck.
On that note, we'll be back in a jiffy. Feast your eyes on beautiful art.
Yeah.
We will talk soon.
And welcome back. Sorry, every time we go on break, we get sidetracked by all the crazy stuff that happens in Discord. If you're not there, you totally should be, and you can be part of it too.
Yeah. And then you can remind us to stay on track.
Or just join in the shenanigans.
Don't ask the
I
impossible.
posted a link, if it works. It does work in chat if you'd like to see some of the stuff that we get up to. But anyways, back to the story. So, as the group is walking. By the way, who's leading?
Hi.
Marching order!
So, if you guys want to put your marching order, I'm sure it could be the same as it was before on Roll20. As you're marching along, and you start coming up to where the thick forest to your left starts branching away from the river. I would like everybody, now that you've been walking next to the river for a while, to make a perception check. And 2, you need to make a decision on what you're going to do because you're getting really close to Worcester.
Finally, I rolled decent. 18.
I'm sorry, what
10
check?
plus 5,
17
15.
plus
Perception check.
17
Proud of
plus 4.
perception.
21.
18 flat.
I got a 21.
I got a 24.
Okay. Everybody noticed after walking for a while. Sometimes where you're skirting around the woods, you realize that for some reason on this side, since you've started walking today, you've had a lot less trouble walking than you did the time before, trying to dodge the roots and everything. And you realize that you're walking in a lot of mud and cracked dirt, and you realize that the river looks like it's a lot smaller than it used to be as well. The waterline has receded quite a bit.
Well, that's not good.
Ooh.
Is that normal?
That's definitely not.
So we had an earthquake, the water's disappearing, we're all going to die.
I don't think it was an earthquake.
Wait. This river isn't... Compared to where we crossed, right? Which was, like, what? A couple of 100 feet across? Was it?
200,
Correct.
I think it was.
Yeah. How wide is it over here?
Where it is where you are now, it's very, very wide. Extremely wide. So you can notice where the water line has gone down,
Uh-huh.
but it's not like it's like, oh, now I can just walk across. It's it's really far.
It says
Like, you got to
here-
remember, a lot of boats came in through here. If you're this close to Worcester,
Yeah.
a lot of boats would come through here. They would dock there. It's really
Yeah.
deep.
And how long has it been since we started walking after the earthquake? Or the tremor?
A couple of hours.
Oh, okay. Quite a while. Okay. And looking across over to Worcester, how does its condition look? Do we see any movement?
So you're not directly across from Worcester. I know if you look at the map, it does look like it's if you kind of look at it and like, oh, okay, he's talking about where it spreads apart and Worcester's right over there. It's a little misleading because it's a smaller map, but there
Right.
is quite a ways between you and it. Especially, it's not just right across from the river. It's also
Gotcha.
downriver, or
Okay.
yeah, downriver from you still. So, you would be able to just see it. Like, you'd like, okay, I could see where that's where it would be,
Mm-hmm.
and there's lots of smoke.
Okay.
still.
Smoke. Right.
Yeah. But from other than that, you kind of, other than that and rubble, you can't really see much else.
Okay.
And it's
There's
kind of a
still
sad sight because
smoke.
usually when you used to come over here, you'd see the tall mushrooms
Yeah.
and everything up high, especially the main one.
What do you guys think? Really? Nothing?
I'm conflicted.
Conflicted how? I mean, it's still smoking. It's obviously not. I mean, maybe we need to get a little bit closer.
How
You
fast
don't
is
think-
the current at this point in the river?
It's pretty fast at the moment.
Rodon will kind of see that and he'll go like, so what, you want to swim over in that?
I mean, I don't. Or at least, like, go downstream a little bit more so we're at least closer towards her. Like, the tree line's receding, but you can try to be sneaky, right? You know, use camouflage. Poof. His cape changes color.
Rodon has an idea.
What's your idea?
He is going to hand his bag to Neelan.
What's this?
I'm gonna try and float in the river to see if I can see anything.
What?
I'm hoping my blue scales will hide me mostly under the right at the edge of the water surface.
Wait, you're gonna swim across?
Might not go all the way, but I can certainly go a little bit.
DM, how's the water?
I just am
current?
afraid of it.
The current? He
Yeah.
asked that earlier. It's very fast at the moment.
Okay. Is it faster than the river we crossed way back?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can float a bit downstream. I just needed you to hold that for a moment while I do that.
And how far do you suppose you'll make across before you're close enough that you can make anything of this? And by which point I think you would have floated downstream so far, we'd have difficulty finding you. I think you're underestimating this current here.
He thinks he's an Argonian.
Like Gomo's sticking his mage hand in the current, and like water's like splashing up against it and everything very violently. Like that's yeah. No. Look, unless you can swim upstream right here, you're gonna move faster downstream than you can across. And DM, how wide, roughly, is the river right now? About over here? Is it wider than where we crossed up?
Oh,
Yeah.
by far.
Right. Okay.
Is the other bank close to your teleport distance?
I mean,
How long
Gomo's
is your teleport
trying
distance
to
again?
gauge. It's 500 feet for a dimension door. But
Looks like you
it's
could
more
make
of
it.
well, it's more of a question of how well and accurately can you gauge a distance
Mm-hmm.
across a river without much reference. So,
I mean, you kind of already did it.
well,
Last-
that was upstream where it was obviously less than 500. It was like 200. Here,
That's
it's
true.
like hard to say.
Rodon's gonna take his bag back from Neelan. He's decided against it.
I don't think it's the wisest, but if you want to take a look. Honestly, it'd probably be easiest with you and pointing at Gomo and someone else. At least
I-
you'll have a means there and back quickly.
Yeah, I can try and. Well, the thing is, Dimension Door is really difficult to bring someone with you. I mean, Nyota I could, because, well, she's about my size, but. I'm small. Like, when you're going through,
go.
there's a lot of, weird push and pull, and I don't think it'll be safe.
Oh, is it about like size?
Yeah.
Have
I'll
the
go.
taller person tuck up into a ball, grab onto them, use it.
I-
It's about making yourself smaller. That should do it.
Never tried that before.
If you put someone inside your bag of holding.
We've had some cadets dumb enough to try and do that. You don't have a lot of air, but you could.
That's all fine and dandy. I didn't exactly
Oh.
clean it after I put the goop in there, Warser. So
Well,
it might
Lily's
stink. I don't know.
fireproof.
Huh?
Even if it gets on her. I'm just saying you'd be the one the least in danger if it got on you. Goopy stuff. But if it's easier, I'll go.
But what if we go through the dimension door and then I open the bag and they're not there?
That's not gonna happen.
And the bagman
The
got
bagman.
us.
The bag, man.
Oh, you guys keep saying it's real. It's a children's story.
It's not.
It is.
What it is taking too much time.
If it's just easier to take me, I can go.
So DM,
That's me.
question. Crazy idea. A medium-sized being shoved into a bag. Would that count as because Dimension Door, you can bring an item on you and bring one person of the same size or smaller, carrying up to gear, carrying gear up to their carrying capacity. So, if a medium-sized person fit in a bag of holding, would I be able to bring the bag of holding and a small-sized person?
Yes.
I can-
The way I'm doing it, bag of holding, pocket dimension, things inside it don't count for you because it's
Right.
in its own dimension.
Okay. So I can bring Nyota, assuming that is far enough. I really am not sure. I can bring Nyota. I can maybe bring one more of you guys if you. Well, I mean, if you guys can fit in the bag.
Rode on.
I'd be afraid of ripping it.
You or me? Is those two pointing back at the other two? Look like they might be busy.
Hmm.
Let me see the bag of holding.
He brings it out of his backpack and hands it over.
Okay. While you guys are doing that,
Mhm.
Lily and Groger step away from the party a little bit. Go ahead, Lily.
I'm just laughing because I was like, you read what I told you right now? Okay. Hey. Kroger, come on. While they're busy.
Alright. He'd go with her.
she's gonna look just to see if they're still kind of busy and if they're um kind of like from earshot kind of thing. Like, they're not too far, but make sure that they can't really hear them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically the distance that she's going.
Yep.
Hey, I have a question to ask you because back there in the forest when the earthquake happened, um is it normal for that to change colors? And she's gonna point to like the collar around his neck.
What? What do you?
Um. Mhm.
No, he immediately looks very like he looks like color just left his face.
Are you okay?
Are you certain?
It was for a brief moment, but it did change colors.
No.
That's bad, right?
Yes, Miss Lily. It could mean something very bad.
Hmm. What happens if it does that again?
I when the collar is activated, I do not have much time to even really react before I lose control.
Has that happened before in the past?
Once.
What activates it?
At the time, it was. It was someone who activated it. The others need to know. We need, even if it was brief, if you saw it change, the others need to know.
What if what if I talked to the man in the book for him to see if he could get it off? I know they said that I shouldn't let him take over, but
No, Miss Lily. There has to be another way than you risking possession.
what if I let him possess the mouse?
That think the others need to know. They need to be ready.
I just didn't want to say anything, but if you feel that is best, let's go tell them.
I'd rather they be prepared.
Okay. Let's go back.
All right.
So you gotta put the head in first. Put the head.
What if his horns rip it? Should we like wrap them up in something?
No, you just got like.
Look, I know I'm trying to put them on like pants, but I don't want the horns to rip the inside of the bag.
Yeah, so should we just like
No,
wrap
it's
it
an
up with the
it's
spare
like
shirt?
it's an extra dimensional space. Like once you clear the opening, it should be fine.
Yeah, but
You
what
can't, you can't rip
Can
it from
we just
inside.
back up
Look,
our-
we can put. You're supposed to be able to put swords and stuff in here.
Guys!
Have you
the guy we
seen
put in the harbor fall?
Yeah.
Have you seen his shoulders?
Wha-
They're like
Wait, hold on. What?
shields.
Hello?
What?
What? Yeah.
Okay. While you guys are over here, I don't know, playing house or something, we got something
Look at-
important to say.
Say it.
Groger.
Look, if you're about to suggest putting the right leg in first, we've already tried that.
Oh my god.
We've tried the
No,
right leg. We've tried the left leg.
We tried the tail first.
it's not
is really
related
weird.
to that.
Guys,
Thought that was gonna work, but the
Oh.
hips are too wide. Yeah, what?
Groger, go ahead. I got their attention for you.
My collar.
What about it?
They're still
It
there.
changed. It changed color.
Still looks the
Is
same
that
to me.
normal?
It was briefly, according to Miss Lily.
And what does that mean? She's looking at him very weary.
It means
Gomo lunges over at Groger and starts like manically looking for something on his person. He's like patting him down and like,
like, did he like literally jump on him?
yeah.
Like the second he lunges at him, Groger isn't sure. Like he like goes into defensive stance because he doesn't know what Kobo's about to do. But then he feels him like just like patting on him, and he's kind of just like, "What are you doing? What are you looking for?"
He's like
The hells was
frantically
that about?
checking.
Oh, right.
What are you doing?
Rodon,
Oh.
are you still like, are we having this conversation and like you just have the bag like?
Like
I'm just
half
imagining
through
like,
his face.
yeah, like your arm is like pulled through the bag and the bag is just so it's like your body and then just a bag instead of a hand and arm.
No, it's more like he's got. He currently now has one arm in the bag, which makes him look like he only has one arm.
Right.
Because he was like, okay, fine, I'll try and get in head first, but Groger's like, look, I got something to say or whatever, like, basically froze him in place. Like, okay, I'm listening.
Oh.
So he just has one arm in the bag, and that's it right now.
I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to remember this whole situation that happened. I honestly completely forgot about this, so
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay.
Gomo just like hops down and then he's starting to cast a spell. He's waving his staff in the air and is making a subtle like whistling noise. starting to glow, and he points it at, points it up in the sky, and then slams the staff down onto the ground, and then boom, there's a pulse. He's casting detect magic.
Okay. Yes, you were going to say something.
Panda. Or I guess DM.
Yes.
Does Nyota see the hair tie on bracelet thing on Groger?
Yes.
Okay.
So as you cast detect magic, you find the items that are on your party.
Yep.
Which I think we finally got I think you got the answer you're looking for. I think I got it to you. I'm not sure. But curiously enough, you do also feel some things from the river.
Ooh. Okay. He's making a mental note of it, but he's focused more on Groger. And he's going to... I think I need to cast this as well then. So I'm assuming the item I'm looking for is glowing.
Yes.
Okay. And in a continuous motion after slamming the staff down, he picks it up and then spins it again in a similar fashion. It starts making a whistling noise again, and then now this time it's glowing and it's pointing it at Groger. The tip of the staff is now pointing at Groger's face, basically. And he's going to mutter some incantation, and then Flash casts Identify.
Man, I keep forgetting.
Identify.
It's
Okay,
not that.
I'll make it. Huh? Oh, okay.
Go ahead. You say
I
what
was
you're
going
gonna
to
do.
say
while
the
I'm
intent.
looking up.
The intent was to figure out the charges.
The charges?
Yes.
For
Like magical items and how many charges it has and how it works.
I'm sorry, man. I'm completely
Okay,
lost
I'm DMing
at
you.
why
I'm
you're.
DMing you.
Yes, please do, because I don't understand what you're trying to understand here. I get that you're looking for that item. I just don't understand what your goal is.
I
So
will say
yeah, okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, like, you know, the staff is in his face. Like, Groger doesn't, like, move, but he gets, like, he doesn't know what Gomo's doing, because, like, I know Nyota found out, but, like, Groger has no idea about the bracelet or the charges or any of that. He literally has no idea what Gomo's doing, but he's just, like, kind of frozen stiff.
Okay.
It's okay. Now do we give him a smile?
And Gomo's like, he's like squinting ahead, really has his eyes focused on the tip of the staff and kind of focused on the subtle glimmers and shimmers that happen with the light.
So,
Okay.
as you look at it, it seems the same to you. Maybe, although maybe a little duller than it was at some point, but it looks the same.
You can trust Gomo with magic.
He just collapses.
Really good at it.
He collapses in his place.
So,
What were you doing?
Are we good?
Just checking.
What were you checking?
I just wanted to make I just wanted to make sure it was still working.
The color?
No. We already
They-
checked the color. No, the insurance.
We didn't tell them.
Right.
Insurance.
Okay, so
Are you keeping secrets?
I may have forgotten to share something.
What's new? Sorry, did I say that loud?
Did you do something to Groger?
No. I may have gifted him something unbeknownst to him.
We lost him, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us, yeah, we're
We'll
gonna have to
pause
get.
for a sec.
Yep, pause for a sec while we try to get things working again.
Sorted.
Don't move.
Man, sorry, I had that brain fart. Holy cow!
No, you're good.
No, it was a long time ago, to be honest. I caught on just
I was
Like,
having
I
a brain
happenstance.
fart in like how to put it into words. Like,
dude, honestly, I barely remembered that she had caught that. So I was like, oh fuck, that's right.
Meanwhile, over
Oh.
here, I think I figured it out, but I'm just staying quiet.
Well, it's good,
I
though.
love the idea that like Rodon has one arm and he's being so patient about just sitting there with a bag on his shoulder.
And you know how bad I want to be like, you feel a tug on your arm, but I'm like, nah.
I thought you were going to though. I actually thought you were just gonna have to get yoinked in and everybody freak out, and then Gomo just burn the bag and be like, "Well, Rodon's no more. Bye." Just like abandon it. Actually, that does beg the question. Would Gomo give up his bag if he saw the bag man?
I have no doubt in my mind he would just burn it.
Just, I do not care.
DM, I would like to cast create
Bag is on
bonfire.
fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Just endless fireballs until all of
Yep.
his spell slots are gone.
Just like emotionless eyes, and just like throw the bag on the just throw it in
See,
the
I'm-
ground, just set it
See,
on
I'm
fire.
more imagining the Mustang versus Envy
Oh
situation.
yeah, just fucking just like
That's what I'm saying.
burn, burn, burn.
And then there's just a little crater of burnt, and like there's no bag left. There's not even ashes left, and everybody's just staring at him. And he's like, it twitched. Oh.
All right.
I saw a
Looks
movie
like we're
that had a
gonna
bag man.
need a little bit of pause to troubleshoot some technical difficulties. Minor little hiccup, no problem.
Well, I mean, we're only 30 minutes from when we would normally stop, so if this doesn't go with the next couple of minutes, we could just stop a little earlier if we had to. I know, it's a bummer.
No, I know. It's not a terrible place to
At
stop
a moment of a great reveal. Oh,
it. I know, right?
well, not really, because everybody was like, all the players know.
No, the characters
Or
know.
like-
Yeah, well,
I
Insurance.
regret- Oh wait, hell, hold on a second. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say that the viewers don't know because that episode was lost, but no, that was the episode after. Where
No, that was the episode.
was it?
I'm
Well,
pretty
yeah, the
sure,
whole thing where you actually had it done, like when you
Yeah,
got
that
drunk or
episode
whatever
was
and ran it.
lost,
Yeah, that
but-
was the lost one.
Yeah.
But the one immediately after, didn't we
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
maybe
when
we
you
didn't-
put it on. That's when you gave it to him.
give it
and-
back?
and
Right?
I guess-
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I wasn't sure. It's been a hot
Yeah.
while.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the specifics were like given in that one.
True.
Yeah, but also,
yeah.
but I mean,
There's
Groger's
still some
backstory
mystery.
thing too, which just happened. I mean, like that's.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's all new information.
Yeah,
And
there's
all of a
still
sudden
a
this
lot of
crap
that we
happens.
don't know.
Well, while we're waiting, we could discuss more on. Well, I guess that is part of. You guys already had the plan of you're gonna dimension door or try to.
Yep, that's the plan, at least.
Yeah, or the
To
other
go
thing.
and scout it out.
I actually have a question for you guys. I know it would be odd just a little bit, but if Panda and I share a mic for a little bit.
That's also
Whatever we want to do. I mean, we can make it. We can. It. We'll have to turn the cameras off or do something with them because they're all screwed up. But
Well, we have
we
our
can,
derpy faces.
yeah, we can figure something out. That's
All
right.
right, I'll be right back then.
I'm gonna change our layout so that the cameras can stay in the right places.
Telling you,
regardless.
obvious ninja.
Yep, we'll work on it. But we sure have come a long way with our setup.
Mm-hmm.
All right, things are turning on. She's gonna try it. If not, she'll sit with me.
Okie dokie.
So, do we have any guesses as to the earthquake?
It's a sandworm from
I
Budapest.
have a few.
I have a guess.
If you'd like to share, you can.
Whatever that beast thing that was in the river when we were first sailing down to Opalhast.
Nah,
Good
it's
thought.
it's a Krat dragon.
Oh, that is true.
It's a dragon. Oh wait, you say that you talking about the cryo dragon from Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? I was like, that sounded familiar. I was like, okay, got it.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Nita?
I was thinking, if I remember correctly, and if I don't, that's fine. Wasn't there a similar shaky at the last that special tunnel thing with the device? Didn't we mess with that and some stuff happened?
Ooh.
That's actually what I was going to say. I was going to say the Austins found one of those things and they're messing with it.
Yeah, because we know there's more than one. And especially since we know that, because we do canonically know this, he has expressed it. Considering that the Oswins were the ones that put the necklace on Groger, and if it did activate just recently, Black might be around.
My guess is we're about to fight some earth elementals, and as soon as the
Oh,
combat
that's true, 'cause-
starts, that's when we're gonna end tonight.
That would be a good place to end it.
Earth elementals, huh?
Well, we fought wind already. It's not too far of a stretch.
Is it tough?
Oh, screw it.
Yes.
Wish. Except we'd all get our asses handed to us if it was her.
Speak for yourself.
I was about to say, Neelon's being awfully quiet over there.
I'm just soaking everything in.
No
Vibing.
guesses as to
Look,
what's been going on?
Do you actually think we could fight Melon Lord?
Maybe. But no, like out of God, in character, he's fucking lost. He's like, I
What
don't
the
know.
hell?
All I know is that maybe it has something to do with that device, which is why it's like, guys, we got to get over there. Like, I don't want to keep getting sidetracked. But yeah, there's just a lot going on all at the same time.
Yep.
We got the zombies, and we got the dinosaurs, and then we got the dinosaurs following us, and hey, come up to our camp, and maybe we won't kill you. I don't know. Fucking, we'll figure it out. And then we got this device, and then we got this fucking nightmare thing that wants to mess with people, and then we got Groger's stuff.
And then we have lilies that we still never figured out. And then
What?
Yaswin.
What about me?
The fact that your dad, we still don't have answers about your dad shunning you.
I'm the non-believer.
And running
And
from
then
his
I'm-
eyes, we're trying to fit a
Put me
giant
right where it
lizard
hurts,
into a
why
bag.
don't you?
Yeah, and then like we still need to go to the other side and like deal with some of Nyota's stuff and see if we
I'm
can
gonna let
find-
Mav possess me.
I think y'all should just like, okay, list of things to do, and then write all of these down.
All right,
And
so
then-
I
and then
found
we got-
14 different things we're supposed to do right now. Okay, what 16th thing can we do?
Yeah.
We still gotta look for possibly look for Gomo's teacher, and then I gotta deal with the warden, and then I lost my Heelys.
Oh, and
What?
now we don't.
Do
and now
you
we don't
remember?
know-
This was
Also-
like maybe a month or two ago. You guys were like, yeah, we just need to, just do this one thing we're doing, and I'm like, you have this. There are so many things going on, and you're like, and I'm like, yeah, we got a couple. Like now you're starting to see, like, no, there's a lot.
Oh no, I remember, but the most important things are, maybe the world-ending device on the other side of the continent.
Oh, also, we don't know if Gomo's sister is actually alive or not. That one's a fun one.
Yeah, gee, things.
Jeez. She just
I'm
keeps
trying,
cutting everybody
you
where
said
it hurts.
Is she hot?
We don't know. She was supposed to be sent to Warsaw, remember? And then look how that looks.
Oh, but wait, halfway. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I
Wow.
was gonna remind you, like, bro.
Clearly, he's got a type.
What? Short chicks are fine, just not that.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Neon has
starting to get
standards.
discriminatory?
Naota takes offense to that. Thank you very much.
At least you
Wow.
don't have to worry about him messing with your sister.
You're
Gee,
not shit, Gomo.
now I feel conflicted whether I should feel relieved or offended.
That you didn't sleep with your sister.
I will have you know, she's really cute, okay?
Do you want your sister to get railed? Because like,
Oh my god!
I don't know. Maybe he wants to be an uncle real quick.
Oh my god! I'm out, guys.
Is
Good
this
night.
ship number
like-
2?
we can
Hele.
make the railing happen. You just gotta say the word.
Is this-
what would
is this
we
ship
call it?
number two?
Holy something?
He
Holy,
did say that
holy, holy
Yeah,
moly!
Are Mama and Papa gonna fight?
Wow.
Are Mama and Papa gonna fight?
Other than the cleric.
Do you want a suppository scorching ray up your ass?
Oh God, I'm tearing up here.
I need popcorn.
Well, I mean, he did technically
Like,
tell you
I
what
know
he
it's
was gonna
melee
do when he
range,
got
but
to
I
the
have a pretty good feeling I won't miss this one.
I mean, Gomo, he did technically tell you what he was gonna do when we get to the next town. So if she's there, who knows?
Oh my god.
Terrible. This group is terrible.
Oh,
Hey.
Panda, you saved us, my
Return.
savior. My savior.
Probably the
so
only
sorry,
sane person
guys.
left on
Oh
this
my
call at this
God.
point.
Oh, also, Panda, our newest ship is Gomo's sister, Neelan.
Oh god.
No, it is not.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna split it right down the middle.
Oh my god.
You know, I'ma just.
All I'm saying with this is pray that Gomo doesn't die, because if he has to RP his sister, that's gonna get real interesting real fast.
Yeah.
Actually, and you know the best part? He better not pray to the same god that Neelan worships, because it might go against him.
Oh god.
Can we continue?
Oh god, please.
Are you
Please
ready,
let us.
Panda?
Almost. I mean, for the most part, I just have to pull up D&D Beyond again and stuff. But
Okay, but talking, you're fine.
So
Talking
where
wise.
were we?
I think Gomo is mad.
I would like to just cast.
Gomo.
I would like
Gomo
to just
had
cast
just said he had
silence.
that.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Gomo had just said it was about to do. He had a Was checking his insurance.
Yeah,
Oh,
right,
yes.
right. And then Lily
And
was
then
like, "Did you
what
do something
insurance?
to Grover?"
Right.
And
Yeah.
he said, "No, like blah blah blah."
I was just checking the insurance.
Did he give you an insurance, Groger?
What?
What?
Insurance? I don't understand.
I may have gifted Groker something without him
And why did-
knowing.
Mm,
Gifted
The-
me what?
That he's pointing with his staff at the. Well, still pointing at his face, basically. I mean, he's got a staff, but it's still not that tall. Like, it's not reaching all the way.
Is he basically pointing to the bracelet Lily got him?
He's like,
The hair
yeah,
tie.
he's like twitching the staff to like gesture for him to like turn his head a little bit. That.
He'd look.
He's gonna like turn around and look behind. Like no, this, and he's gonna grab the band and like pull it off his hair
The
with his
bracelet?
mage hand. Yeah.
do you remember?
I gave him that.
Groger, do you remember the day we followed him?
I do.
Wait, what?
Yep, remember you and I had the talk on the boat about it, and you told me not to
Oh, you're right.
say anything, and I said it'd probably be better.
Yeah. Okay. So, I may have enhanced it. Well, added some enchantment on it. Well, had it commissioned. I can't enchant something that powerful, but I put a spell on it to help. Well, it helps you kind of keep your composure and stuff. Just in case. Since
That's why you went into town.
To the shop.
Yeah. Look, I didn't want it to come off as, me not trusting you or feeling threatened by you. It's
No, I see it as the opposite.
Told you.
I am grateful you would go to such lengths for, well, I suppose maybe not for me, but to do that, I appreciate it. If preventing that from happening is my one of my top priorities.
we'll take care of it somehow.
We'll get it off. That, or we'll find the Black Company and... I know I'd like to release some emotions on them. And we know Neelon loves to beat up people that, do injustice to others, so...
Lily's kind of mumbling under her breath. She's like, I mean, we do have someone who's offering to try and see if we could get it off, but...
And while the offer is appreciated, I just do not want it to come at the cost of you, Miss Lily.
Oh,
I will come at the cost of Lily. Did I miss something?
well,
I'm as lost as
since
you are.
since secrets are coming out and stuff like that.
Como looks concerned.
Basically, Mav said he could probably get it off Grover. He just needs to see it first.
Books don't have eyes.
He would need to possess a willing body.
She's gonna look at Elon just to see his reaction.
His eyes are closed,
Is he
and
pinching his temple?
both of his hands are kind of twitching, like he's very obviously agitated.
So, I don't know a lot about upper world possession, but where I come from, usually that means you don't get it back. Like, that's a one and done. That's like you don't get your body back, usually.
I don't think I would have to worry about that with Mav. I trust him.
Based on what?
I'm gonna translate for that, and presumably think he's saying, "What in the hell are you thinking?"
Simple terms, yes, and I kind of agree with Gomo based on what trust. Like, he has nothing for. We've trusted each other because we've proven that we can trust each other.
Proof is a strong word.
I trust you guys more than I trust somebody that asks for possession.
He didn't ask for it. He suggested.
Either
That's
way,
kind
it
of
is.
that's kind of almost just as dangerous because suggesting can make it feel like it's your decision.
That's kind of what that means,
It's
right?
not my decision.
Either way, it is.
You guys
The
decided
method-
for me.
It is a method I do not prefer.
Hey, look,
Yes, I want this color off more than anything. But not if it risks you, Miss Lily.
Look, Lily, you gotta understand, possession magic is dangerous, not because whether you can trust the person doing the possession is trustworthy or not. It's the magic itself is very delicate. You know, despite intention, a lot of things can go wrong. Don't want to mess with that. Certainly not out here in the wilderness. We don't have any help. I mean, I would still have reservations if you wanted to do it in the presence of, I don't know, like healers and other spellcasters to assist. And what's the rush, anyways? No offense. I mean, look, I'm sure you want to get rid of it, like, ASAP, like, right now, but...
I mean, we all do.
Look, we were on our way to Opalhaus. Heck, let's just continue on to Opalhaus then.
Okay.
I believe that would be best.
Rodon, you can take your arm out.
He'll do so and hand the bag back.
Neelon lets out a big sigh like he was holding his breath.
Wasn't going to do it.
You were thinking about it last night.
Hmm?
You were thinking about it last night.
I was.
Lily, I'm trying to figure out how to say this in common. It's something my dad always said. A thought is like a seed. As soon as it's planted, all it does is grow. Especially the more you think of it, the more you water it. That's why suggestion can be just as dangerous. It lets the other person grow the seed of thought.
Hmm. We should get going.
I like
Actually,
that suggestion.
DM.
I'm planting and watering the hell out of that seed.
DM.
Yes.
Um, can I make a perception check?
Four.
Just, well, considering the circumstances of the color and how, as far as Groger knows, it's usually activated by someone. He just wants to make sure there's not anyone nearby if he can perceive it.
Sure.
Mind you, it's not like he knows the radius or anything, but he's still just gonna look around and try to see. Wow, he doesn't see shit. That's a motherfucking 2. Flat. God damn it.
He just stands
Yeah.
upright and does a 360, slow turn,
Oh.
tippy tippy toe, nope, nobody around.
God damn it.
Hey, Rodon.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't see anything.
Must have been the wind.
Before you give the bag back to Gomo, I just want to try something. He'll pull off his shield and put his sword down on the ground and kind of put his arms up over his head, clasping it, his hands with his wrist, or his wrist with his hands, and say, "Can you put the bag up and over? I'm smaller than you, or well, not as wide."
Hmm?
Oh.
He's asking Rodon to put the bag of holding over him.
Oh,
and,
he
and
would.
slip him in.
He would do so hesitantly, but he would.
Is it an easy enough time to get it over me?
Yeah.
All right, then just
You whole body going in, or half, or
Yep.
what?
Yep,
Huh?
go the whole distance. I want to see.
Okay.
He can go the distance.
He wants to be all the way in.
I usually do.
So, as the bag goes over your eyes, you see nothing. You don't see anything. You don't see shit. You don't see shit. Gomo, your bag was emptied, right? There's nothing in there?
There was nothing in there. The last thing
Yeah.
that was in there was the purple goop and some ball bearings. Well, lots of ball bearings.
So there's
Which
ball
got
bearings
dumped-
in it, you
which-
said?
Which got dumped out. So if there's
Okay,
some
so
left in
literally
there,
nothing.
maybe, but there shouldn't be anything in there or in there.
Yeah. So, as you go in, you see nothing. You see it is literally nothing.
The void.
It is a void, yes. And the only as you look around, as your body's in there, you see your body. Strangely, you can see it. It has color, like there's light emanating from somewhere, but you don't see light. And when
It's
you
one of
look
those,
behind you, you see a little opening where the bag opening is. That's it.
Is it one of the
And
weird lighting conditions where you don't have shadow? It's just you can see, but there's no light.
Yeah, it's almost like a V-tube model, right? That's just full bright, it's just lit up. There's no
Tune
shadow.
lit.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, tune lit, exactly.
And I can breathe.
It's very, very, very shallow breathing, but yes, you can breathe.
Oh, this is weird.
And do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds just as weird. It's not echoey. It sounds like it's stuffy, like you're saying it in a very closed space.
Okay. And he'll kind of like, almost like he's swimming, just kind of like, breaststroke or whatever up to the opening.
Okay. Are you going
Stick-
through the opening, or?
Yep. Sticking both of his hands out to grab the sides, pull his head out, and go. I guess that works.
This is the first time I have seen somebody without their bottom half and still alive. It is definitely weird.
Yeah, I would not go inside that bag.
It's a little harder to breathe, but there is air.
Mm-hmm.
If we
So
want to go
what?
through, I guess I'm the one who has to go with you.
I mean, if you can fit, Lily could certainly squeeze through, right?
What?
I thought they were going to be busy, so.
Well, at the time, but look,
Well,
we're
now I know
heading
why.
down to Opalhost anyways now, so
I mean,
as we get moving
he's-
and
kind of already in the bag. It
Right.
couldn't hurt to check.
well, Worcester's still quite a ways away. I mean, like I was thinking, like if we crossed, I was actually thinking about that earlier, but we're so focused on getting Rodon in the back. But if we crossed here, assuming we make it across and that's not too far, okay, and mind you, if it isn't, and I end up short, we're falling into this water. I'm not a great swimmer.
I don't swim at all.
There you go. So you got two tiny little people just drifting away, and the bag most likely will start taking in water. Yeah, I don't see that ending very well. It's a little risky. If anything, maybe once we're closer to Worcester, it might be wider down there. I don't know.
All I'm getting at is in a pinch, if somebody's got to go, I can fit. And yeah, Lily could definitely fit.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
right.
we know it's an option.
I'm not going in that bag for nothing.
Weirdly enough,
Right.
it's actually very spacious.
I mean, I fit my head in there with all this stuff in it, and it is pretty spacious. But it is harder to breathe, so it might still give the feeling.
I'm gonna be like staring at them like, are you lying to me?
I mean, you could just look in.
I'm good. Let's go.
Okay.
When have you known me to lie?
Let me think about that.
What if we blindfolded her and just put threw the bag over her?
Isn't that worse? Panic-inducing?
We're going, right? We don't need to worry about this no more. It's time to move along. Okay, we're going. I'm just gonna start walking
Lily's
off.
marching on.
Conversation's over. Yeah, conversation's over. Bye, guys. I'm going.
Okay,
Groker's
can
gonna
someone-
go with her to make sure.
Yeah,
she's the first
Rodon is
one.
actually also running to Lily.
Don't pick me up.
Who's
Hey,
got the bag
Milan.
currently?
You.
It's on
It's just on the
it's
floor.
ground. You were poking your head out.
So it's like the
You're-
bag on the ground with your with your hands and your head sticking out of it.
Neoda's
Okay, I
actually
thought
gonna
I was-
pick it up.
I thought it was. Hey! I need to get out.
Kneel on the groundhog.
What is that? What is that game with the dude sticking out of the pot with the
Or
the guy sticking out of the pot with the
Getting over it with Bennett.
getting over it?
Oh
That's what
my
he's like that guy.
Fucking
Hold on.
God.
When she picks it up, does it weigh? It doesn't weigh anything. Like she's.
It weighs
it's not like
15
she's picking
pounds.
him up.
It weighs 15.
It weighs
Okay.
it
Wow.
weighs the weight of the bag. You don't. That's it.
Are you sure you don't just want to ride?
guys. By the way, realize all the big people walked off. You just got Gomo and Nyota with Rodan in the back.
No, it's Neelon.
Neelon in the back.
Sorry, Neelan in the back. I misspoke.
Neelon's just gonna get exasperated and like force crawl his way out of the bag.
Gomo's gonna try and pull him with all three of his hands, like pulling.
Yeah, like
You flop on the
picked up
ground.
the bag to hold it so he could get out easier.
Okay.
You know, like turned it on its side. So she holds the bag, he crawls out, kind of thing. So he's not
So
like fighting against nothing.
It's not unpleasant, but it's not pleasant either. But in a pinch, it'll do.
Oof.
But
I always thought about this possibility. I never. Wow. That took some balls. Like, oh, I was always terrified I might not be able to make it back out by myself.
You're welcome. Let's move.
Okay.
By the way, the entire time Lily's walking, she has her fingers in her ears and she's going la 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 la.
Actually, while she's doing that, Groger's gonna like tap her shoulder.
You don't want
He's
to
just
complain
like-
the...
He's like, Miss Lily, Miss Lily,
Yes.
wait.
Wait, what? Okay, what, who's, hi.
Before we get too far, I just wanted to say thank you
For what?
for I just appreciate that you were willing to let yourself be possessed just to help me. I just wanted to say that before I possibly forgot to.
Why wouldn't I want to help you? You're a good guy. You shouldn't have to worry about that.
Hopefully I won't have to in the future.
Then again, maybe they're right and we shouldn't be in such a hurry. I mean, and she's like, turns around, she's talking while she's walking. She's like, I mean, if we get that off you, that's the end of your journey, so you probably won't be with us anymore. That wouldn't be fun.
Well, I wouldn't quite say that. I don't exactly have anywhere else to go.
That's why I'm still here. My journey technically ended too.
I also happen to like the people I'm traveling with.
They are a bit weird, but yeah, they're fun.
He smiles a bit.
Wait, how far did I walk? She's gonna turn back around and look to see where everybody's at.
Is Rodan just like trying to keep up with
Rodan
them?
actually, yeah, Rodan would actually be running with purpose towards you guys.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna hide behind.
It's not like
Considering-
barreling down on you. He's not using like the full speed, but he's definitely like one to catch up, one to catch up, one to catch up.
Like a jog.
Considering like the last time she saw Rodon coming towards her, she got hit with the staff. She's gonna kind of hide behind Groger.
Look,
Groger like doesn't know this, so he doesn't understand why she's hiding. He's like confusion, like what?
look,
Don't hit me.
I'm not here for that reason. I just wanted to say something.
To me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We have a saying back at home. Forgive me, this is out of character. I found a translator, and hopefully I'm going to say this okay.
Was
I
that?
totally
Draconic.
understood that.
It's a draconic saying.
I totally
When
understood
gifted
all of that.
something, when gifted something, look for the hidden cost. When offered something, check and make sure there's not a price to pay.
What do you know?
If you were talking about being possessed, and yet
Oh!
Mav is being, and yet from Mav, the one who's wanted information in exchange for all the stuff that he will do for us. What is the cost going to be?
Information? But yes, I understand what you're talking about. The possession thing. Yeah. No, don't worry. I'm not going to do that no more. Everybody's made it very clear. That's a no-no. But thank you. That's a mouthful in your language, but good to know.
Yes, I get it can be clunky at times, but sometimes it's the easiest way of expressing myself. But yeah. I know you've been spending a lot of time with that book lately, and perhaps you've given Mav quite a lot of information, but I wouldn't know about the cost of that thing. It seems like it'd be particularly high.
I mean, I don't know. How close is everybody else? Because, like, she's gonna kind of say something. I don't know how close everyone is.
If they're still
Neoda's-
wrestling with the bag on the ground, I'd
No, no,
say
no,
at
no,
least
that
a
was,
few.
No.
No.
If
Neo-
because you were with them, so if you caught up, they wouldn't be far behind you.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, because she's not paying attention to how close they are, so. I don't know what the cost would be or any of that stuff. I'm kind of trying to learn magic through the book. I mean, I'm the one that made those berries that Gomo was eating. I think it made my nose bleed though when I did that.
Well, that certainly would be a cost, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know why it would do that. But it's work. He got berries and he got to eat. So,
Give me 1 second. I have to, I want to ask the DM something.
Okay. Then I'll take some heat off. Naoda would be walking with Gomo, and she'd kind of give a light tap on his shoulder.
Huh?
So, are you curious at all what they might have to say? What we could learn?
Who?
The
Oh,
Alzak.
the.
Yeah, Alzak.
Oh yeah, the lizard. Sorry. So many questions. Yes. But but I don't know. Is this even really our quest? Like,
I mean,
could just as easily give the map to a more qualified group, people, someone. The authorities.
I mean,
let them take care of it.
that's what I thought about the entire hidden tunnels and other stuff. I don't know. I'm tired of not knowing. Even back home, they didn't talk about what happened during the wars. They didn't talk about why the doors were closed. And even now, I still don't really know.
Do you feel like the lizard people might know?
I don't think so. It's hard to say. But I also feel like it's impossible that it's not all intertwined what's going on right now. Maybe it's not. But I want to know. I don't want to hide anymore.
Well, nothing's.
But I don't want to put you guys in danger.
I'm laugh in the face of danger. Ha ha ha. What, I mean, look, danger is part of adventuring, whether it be with you or, I mean, look, anything outside of the city walls is dangerous. Heck, even there are tons of things dangerous within the city walls too. And you know, we can take care of ourselves. And look, to be honest, we had all the opportunity in the world to, if we wanted to, avoid, circumvent. That means to go around, or avoid danger. Yet here we are. So I mean, I don't think you should worry about it. Like, just as much as you are free to choose your own actions, we can too. Nobody's forcing us to stick together. So don't worry about putting us in danger. I don't think that's something you should think about much if you're in a party. An adventuring party. And he does a little, like, sleight of hand with his mage hand in his right hand. And pops out the coin, the 10-finger discount. Or he attempts to.
Are you saying you want to make
Sleight
a
of
check?
hand?
Yeah, let's do it.
He didn't even reach the tree.
8 plus 6, 14.
Yeah.
So yeah. And suddenly, coin. So. Yeah, you do what you think is best. And trust that the rest will do the same.
I want to learn what's going on with the Alzak.
Well, you've told me. Now you have 4 more people to tell. And he's pointing ahead at the group. I mean, we still got some ways until we're directly across Worcester, so we can talk while we walk.
Now's a better time than any.
Yeah, because I
Guys?
mean, literally, if we go past Warser, then it's a worser time to discuss.
Yeah, I'm assuming nobody heard Lily when she told Rhoda though about the berries, right?
Gomo might have been in earshot, but would not have, he might have heard, but not listened.
Yeah. Naota, it might have like comprehended for a second, but then it was like, I'm not sure what all that entails.
Neilon kind of went back to hyper focusing on like looking around and just keeping eyes out for threats.
What were you doing, Rhoda?
Talking to you?
Yeah, but
Wait.
you kind of like disappeared on this for a bit.
Oh, because they had done their little conversation thing. Or they were doing their little conversation thing. I had to ask the DM a question.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I took the... Yeah.
But as soon as she said the nosebleed thing, it'd be basically like, yeah, that's a cost. Don't know what you're getting into. But I hope you know how to temper it before it does worse.
Well, before they hear Nyota say anything, she's just gonna pat your shoulder. I don't remember how tall I am.
I mean, you
Um,
probably could reach. It'd be a fair stretch up.
I believe
Okay,
you
well,
said Lily was the same
as
height as
far as I can reach to a possible shoulder without having to stretch. And I'm just gonna give him a slight pat and be like, "Oh, what? I forgot what you said already. Because I'm thinking about the height."
I believe because I wrote it down for reference purposes, you are 5'4", same
Yes.
height as in real life.
Yes. What
So
did
you're
you
not-
say?
Not that bad. So it's 6'1". Rodon's only 6'1", so basically it was just...
Yeah.
God, what was it again? Oh, it was... Yeah, that would be a cost, but I hope you know how to temper it before it does much
That's
worse.
the word. That's the part. She's gonna like I said, pat his shoulders and be like, I'll be honest with you. Not going to tell you everything just yet, but I think I've already gone a little too far. And she's gonna start walking back to like where she was with Groger.
Okay.
I
So,
guess we gotta start watching out for you now as well.
What the fuck? What is that supposed to mean?
It should be noted he said it sympathetically, like I now have to keep an eye and make sure nothing happens to you.
Okay, that sounded like a threat.
I recognize that after the fact. No, he is absolutely stating it as like, no, I need to keep an eye on you and make sure you're okay too.
All right, sorry, DM.
Aww.
oh, that's okay. Naruto. Going back a little bit to when you were talking to Gomo.
Oh.
After you were done talking with him, and you were were mentioned like at the end when you mentioned you wanted to know what's going on with the Alzak.
Mm-hmm.
When you were done with that conversation, and you were thinking about it, come on, are you gonna work? Are you not gonna work?
Sound.
Okay, it is working.
No.
You find
Mm.
yourself looking through familiar eyes at a setting that looks all too familiar. There are trees, but most of them look maybe they've seen better days. They're Not a lot of leaves left on them. There are spider webs hanging from them. There's a lot of purple goo scattered about on the trees, hanging from the trees all over the ground. There are nests similar to the one that you found the egg in around, all of them with either eggs still in them, black and purple in color, or crushed eggs. Could be either crushed or hatched. A little off to the side, you see a makeshift little fenced area, and you see other baby dinosaurs in it. Some of them similar to the one that you know that you're looking through the eyes of right now. Some of them different. Similar to some of the dinosaurs that you saw fighting. Curiously, all of them are white. You see an Alzak, black in color, use a noose on a stick, basically, to get one of the baby dinosaurs under control, yank it over the fence, and pull it away, drag it away. And then you see through the eyes, it darts away around the corner to another area so we can get a better view. And you see it bringing that dinosaur to another Alzak, also black in color. And he grabs it and stares at it for a moment and starts speaking in a language you don't understand, guttural tones. And as it's staring at it and speaking, the color that was once all white starts slowly turning from the eyes down its body to a black color. And it slowly stops resisting. And eventually, when it's all black, he lets go. The noose comes off. And he gives a nod, lets out another guttural tone, and the now black dinosaur scurries off around a corner. And you feel anger, but also sorrow. And that's where we're gonna leave this session tonight.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Damn.
She will react next weekend.
Yes. All right.
Damn, I had something else I wanted to tell the group, but fuck.
Tough, you don't get to.
No, that has to wait again.
Well, that's too damn bad, Naoda.
Man, I know, right? Damn, that's some fucking new information, though. Woof.
Okay. So, yes, I would like to point out, side note, yeah, you got it. The card of the day, the moon upside down. Also, the whole time the XVIII upside down from like this when it was smaller. All I read was hacks
Oh,
the whole
jeez.
time. I was like, this is
Oh
hacks.
man. It's a cool
Okay,
card.
so the moon reversed.
What does it
Uh,
mean?
Yes, please tell us, Angel.
The moon itself, like, it means trickery and illusions, anguish and all that kind of stuff. That's what the moon itself is, but this is reversed. So in this case, it's basically telling us that there is deceptions are being revealed. Also, like, all the illusions and hidden things are being shown through the light of the moon, I guess you could say. And there's like a enlightenment and a bit of sense of relief coming through those reveals.
Ooh.
You don't say.
Yeah, there were definitely reveals, and there were definitely things being shown in the light.
Yeah, I count like 3 or 4.
I count 2. I'm curious what your other 2 are.
Groger flashing, the band, and
Oh yeah.
whatever little tiny bit that Rodon got.
Oh, and then I guess Gomo revealing.
The band, that was number 2
Yeah.
for me.
Okay.
And you know, the whole thing with the dinosaurs.
Oh, the last part that we just got?
Well,
Well.
one iota, but like, yeah. You know, big one. Huge. Even. Pretty alarming.
Okay. Well, if you have any questions about tonight's session, you can ask now. We are going to be in Discord. I'm going to put a spot for voting because we always do a vote for who gets DM inspiration.
Inspiration.
Yeah, so you vote on who you think had the best role play or RP this session. And that person will get DM inspiration to use whenever they feel like it on a lot of different things.
We need to use that more.
And then while we're doing that, we have 2 different Gomos on the board for some reason.
The real Gomo, please.
If
This
you
is
guys have
almost
any
that
questions or
fancy.
comments,
Well, I'm glad stuff got cleared up. But it's cleared as up as it's gonna get.
I'm about to say what got cleared up.
A lot.
The beginning of the episode.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, the ants
Neon
ants
porgs.
cleared up a lot. Yep. All right.
Actually, we still don't know if they've eaten anybody's food yet.
Well, it looks like we have 4 for Gomo. So congratulations, Gomo, for
Thank you.
That was
4I.
that was actually a very split voting. I've never seen
I
that
think
many
we've
people
had
on
the
the board.
most spread.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the most different people.
Who the hell voted for me? I didn't fucking do anything.
You existed.
Are you serious?
You're worth it, Elon. Just accept it.
She's the whispering.
Never!
Too fucking bad. It's too fucking bad, Elon.
Surprise Pikachu face. Boom.
Oh my god, you guys.
Does things that make people
Prize-
like it. Why do people
Prize
like me?
Pikachu.
No,
As we
we
call
don't have
it
to go back
now.
to that. No, it's okay. We don't
Pikachu.
need to go back to that. That doesn't.
Okay.
We don't.
Well, on that note, we will see you guys next week. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
And as a heads up to everyone, next week, or everyone in the States, next week is daylight savings, I think.
Ooh.
I know we're skipping ahead an hour, so we're losing an hour.
That stinks.
Next week's my birthday.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was about to say also happy birthday, DM. Da, 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 da.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god. Are we really just like at the tail end of the stream, just like, oh yeah, it's an afterthought?
Well, she said I didn't know if we wanted to announce birthdays, but Angel announced it, so I was like, sure. Okay, cool. It is okay to do that.
Okay, well, so it was
all
our
good.
DM's birthday.
Yeah, sorry about that.
There's a reason why I don't. There's a reason why I don't mention it anyways. It's fine. I don't usually celebrate those things, so it's all good. So yeah, we will see you guys
Time is
Sunday.
immaterial to him. You know, just transcends time and space and everything.
I mean, why do you think he plays Mav?
Just staying true to himself. Self-insertion. It's a great way for character creation. Anyways.
Yep. It's okay if you're late. If things happen, you have a life, dude. All right, so
That's
Yeah,
why
we
we'll see you
don't.
guys next
VODs.
time. Yep.
Watch the
Yeah, go
VODs,
check out.
join
Go check out
Discord,
our
and follow
VODs.
Twitter.
Yep. And
we'll
website
we'll figure out the time change eventually.
for initiative.net. Go check it out. Do it
Fine.
meow.
Yeah, actually.
Do it right now. Right now.
Red
Right
meal.
meow.
Right
now.
meal.
Right meow.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Ugh.